Runs toward the truck. She's pleading, please, get them out, get them out. There are 2 children trapped inside that home. Well, most of us can only imagine the scene. Gregory Renz lived it, and it's a scene, one at which he risked his life at, that he will not soon forget.
As we pulled up, our rig was the first one there, engine 24. The lady came to the rig, who ended up being the aunt of the 2 boys in the basement. And she's pleading with us, please get them out. They're in the basement. There's 2 boys down there. The aunt had said they had tried to get down the stairwell before we arrived, her and a neighbor. Smoke was much too heavy for them to get through, and they heard the boys hollering down there that they were scared and didn't know what to do. I've got my air pack on my back, and I run to the back of the building with her. Now my company in the meantime is laying out a line. We got to get a hose line down there. You can't just have everybody run down the basement with a fire down there without a hose line. So they're busy getting that hose line laid out so that they can get down there, hopefully contain the fire, put it out while we do a full search and rescue. And coming down the stairs initially too, we were hollering out, hey, Brandon, are you down here? Crendon, are you down here? The boys, no response. They just didn't know what to do. It appeared what they did was huddle at the foot of the bed. Anyway, I found the first boy, found my way back to the stairwell. By that time, a firefighter from ladder 13 was making his way down the stairwell. Said, here, I've got one. Handed him off, so he took him out. So I went back, found my way back to the foot of the bed, found the other one, and picked him up. And like I say, they almost felt like ragdolls, just nothing, no life at all at that point. Handed him off to the second fire coming down from ladder 13. They took him out. Both boys were outside by this time. So anyway, we get out to the rig, and now we're just changing our gear, and Chief Jones comes up to us, informs us that the 2 boys are being transported to Children's Hospital. He says, they're both breathing on their own, and they're both conscious. Could have just tipped me over right there. I'll tell you what, that was one of the best feelings. Oh, it's like knowing that, because you just don't know. When you're pulling these kids out of the basement, it's like, are we too late again? So in a situation like this, when you have the chief tell you that they're up and around, they're off to the hospital, the bottom line was they're okay. You know, it's like, wow. And the whole crew, everybody at the scene, I think was just pumped up once we realized that, hey, these kids are all right. It sounds like they're going to be all right. So everybody was just sky high, me included. That's when you realize, yeah, we have the best job in the world. There can't be any feeling anywhere that feels better than something like this.
Were trapped by smoke in the basement of a home, and today they got to meet the firefighters who saved them. Lauren Lemanchik was at the firehouse today for the emotional reunion.
Brandon and Crendon Levy spent only a few minutes in the arms of Captain Gregory Renz.
Brandon, hi. Nice to see you.
But today the boys and their mother, Tawana, know it's because of him and the rest of the 5th Battalion they are alive.
I'm just thankful. I just can't even say thank you enough. I'm just glad they worked together as a team and saved my children.
Thank you. Renz found the 2 unconscious brothers in the basement of their burning home. Since then, they've been battling the effects of severe smoke inhalation.
To see them up and around and talking and with all this energy and vitality is wonderful. I can't remember a feeling like it, to tell you the truth.
A happy ending that can be rare in these men's line of work.
I've been doing it for 25 years, and there's a lot of times where no matter what you do, you can't change the outcome.
You're our president, you know that? Come on.
Celebrating with lunch and some early Christmas gifts, though Mother Tawana says Battalion 5 already gave her what she wanted.
Yesterday was Christmas. The day before was Christmas. Tomorrow's Christmas. Every day is Christmas because they're here.
The greatest gift of all. In Milwaukee, Lauren Lemanchik, today's TMJ4.
And the 5th Battalion has been nominated for commendations for that rescue. So that's when you know you've had a good day at work, when you've saved some lives.
And every day seems like Christmas.
Truly grateful they are. A local family visits a Milwaukee firehouse to thank their heroes in person.
Today, Tawana Hennings and her family spent time with the firefighters who saved their lives. Tawana, her 2 children, her niece, and her niece's child were sleeping in the basement of their home when a fire broke out. Firefighters managed to pull all 3 children out of the house, saving their lives.
I just can't say thank you enough at all. I just keep saying thank you. I just want to keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you, from the bottom of my heart.
In a situation like this, where the outcome is as wonderful as this, I can't even explain how fabulous that feels for the entire team.
Two of the kids did suffer smoke inhalation. The fire was sparked by a book bag too close to a water heater.
After firefighters rescued them from a burning house on North 67th Street. Firefighters say two little boys, 7-year-old Brandon and 3-year-old Crendon Levy, were sleeping in the basement and were overcome with smoke. Their aunt, 24-year-old Cumison Hennings, and another child, 6-year-old Ayanna Powell, were unable to get out of the house on their own, but they also suffered smoke inhalation. In a matter of minutes, firefighters say the fates of the two boys could have been far different. Today, firefighters who rushed in to save their lives are being called heroes. We have team coverage on the fire, beginning with Lauren Lamanchek, who spoke with the firefighters about today's rescue.
As their shift ended this morning, Battalion 5 firefighters thought about their own children.
You can bet all these guys are going to go home and we're going to give our hugs to our kids when we get there.
And the two little boys they saved just hours earlier from this burning home. When firefighters arrived at the scene, they were told that there were two children in the basement, but the smoke was thick and it took a team effort to get underneath that smoke and find those two children in time. Captain Gregory Renz was the first one down the stairs.
The kids were on the floor.
The first priority, getting the two unconscious kids out.
Captain Renz found the first child, handed him to me. I took him up the steps.
2 or 3 more minutes, it could be a lot more tragic than what it was.
A unique effort even for men and women who risk their lives for a living.
When you have an opportunity like this, yeah, it feels good. It feels really good.
Modest about their heroism, these firefighters know the significance.
Someone's probably going to tell them one day that they owe their lives to you guys.
Well, that'd be a nice honor. Yeah. And let's hope that's the case.
In Milwaukee, Lauren Lamanchek, today's TMJ4.
Smoke pouring from the home this morning is a vision still fresh in neighbors' minds. Matha Woods says she saw firefighters pull two boys from the burning house.
They laid them on the grass and they didn't get up on their own. They wasn't responsive, so.
Investigators say the 3- and 7-year-old brothers suffered from smoke inhalation, and the 3-year-old is still in the hospital. Firefighters say their injuries may be a lesson for others.